Have you tried transferring money to the Philippines and you look at this various list of exchange companies and you say, well, some of them give you better rate, but then they have a fee, some are higher fee, some are lower fee, some are no fee. Exchange rates are different. So which amongst those are you going to use? That's a question you always have in your mind when you're transferring money, when you're sending dollars and converted to Philippine pesos in the Philippines. And that's to pay for your house, your condo, or whatever. I'm going to show you how to unravel this total confusion. Okay, so just hang loose. I'll be back. Okay, here's the solution. It's a very simple solution. I will complicate it a little bit by making it more exciting, but simply take how much money are they going to send to the Philippines, or how much money are you going to receive in the Philippines, divide that by the total cash you will put out of your pocket. Okay, whether it's just the 2,000, as an example, I'll use 2,000. Okay, the 2,000 that you're going to send to the Philippines, or is it 2,000 plus $8 or whatnot? Okay, I'm gonna go through it, but the very simple answer to the question is divide the total amount you're going to receive in the Philippines by the total dollars you will pay here. That is your exchange rate. Ignore what they're telling you about their exchange rate and such fees and such. It doesn't matter. For every dollar that you're putting out, this is how much you're going to receive. Look at that exchange rate and compare them one by one. Look at its calculation. Each of these companies will tell you how much you are going to receive in the Philippines. They disclose everything, but that's all you need. And the total dollars that you're going to fork out for you to get that money in the Philippines, that's your exchange rate. But here comes the illustration on how to compute this. In this example, we will assume that we are transferring $2,000 to the Philippines. And I have an account at Banco de Oro, so we will use that as our base. But you can use any bank that you have if you're using Banco PI or Philippine National Bank. That's fine. You can go ahead and use that. So let's say I'm transferring $2,000 today. That is as of this date. Okay. The amount they will give me is 103,600 pesos. That's an exchange rate of 51.80. Now, let's see what Wells Fargo Bank will do for me under their so-called express send service. If I will transfer $2,000, I will pay them a fee of $4, and they will give me 102,753.80. So right there between the two, you can see that I'm getting less and I'm paying more. All you have to do is to divide the amount you will receive in the Philippines by the total dollars you will have to pay here in the US. And that will give you this exchange rate. As you can see, it's lower. Now, let me show you the arithmetic on how this is done. In addition to the $4 that you are paying the bank, take the difference between the amount you would have received if you sent the money to BDO by the amount of money you will receive under Wells Fargo. That will constitute the loss you have as a result of exchange rate difference. Divide that's in pesos, okay? That's the loss in pesos. Divide that by the exchange rate of BDO all the time. It'll be of BDO, and that will give you the hidden fee. So in effect, you're paying them a total of $20.34, made up of $4 advertised fee and $16.34 hidden fee due to exchange rate differential. Okay? So you will go through the same thing, but for practical purposes, you don't really have to go through this. You just have to do this divided by this and then compare the rate. That's the rate you're going to get. Now, look at the next one, for example. TransferWise. You don't have to pay the money fee, $2,000, and they will send you $103,555, fairly close to this BDO amount. That will give you a rate of 51.777, higher than Wells Fargo, but slightly lower than Banco de Oro. In effect, TransferWise is only charging you a fee of 86 cents. All right. Next thing is Instarem. $2,000 will give you $103,919. Now, look at this. This is even higher than what you will get if you brought your money and deposit it at BDO, physically deposited at BDO. Your exchange rate will be 51.9599. So even BDO will have their own hidden fee, but it doesn't matter. You just want to compare one from the other to determine who you're going to use. Okay. So in this case, they're giving you an additional $6 worth of money. Go through the same thing. Riamoneytransfer, a fee of $25.24. WorldRemit, $30.73. ShareMoney, $35.90. Western Union is the highest for $42.35. Xoom.com is $42.30. And Remitly is another negative of 48 cents. Okay, I'm sorry, 48 cents negative here, but they have a $4 fee. As you can see, it's going to be a $3.52 fee. So the lowest one we have here is Instarem, followed by TransferWise. So from now on, ignore the fees that they're charging you and ignore the rates that they're quoting you. Compute your own rate. Divide the number you will receive by the total amount you will pay, including fees, if any, and that will give you a rate, and you use this as a basis for comparison. Okay? Something I will note here is Xoom.com is going to send you dollars to your US dollar account in the Philippines. So if you open up an account at Banco de Oro, what they call a dollar account, they will receive the money and put it in dollars, so you can also withdraw it in dollars. What that's going to do is reserve your value, whether it's a devaluation, whether it's an increase or decrease, it will be protected from the dollar valuation fluctuation. Okay, so you can in Xoom you can do that, and their fee is I believe $7.99. It's small, because if I were to go to Wells Fargo to do that, because under this express send service, it will have to be converted to peso. If I want to send dollars to my Wells Fargo dollar account, okay, I will have to pay about $40 or $50 for the transfer. So Xoom is pretty good if you just want to preserve the value of your dollar, and everything else, I believe all of them will have to convert into peso. There you have it. I made it a little bit more complicated so you can see how much is the fee they're charging upfront in terms of advertised fee, and how much fee you're paying without you knowing it, and that's what I call the hidden fee. On another topic, I'm getting a lot of questions from people about, gee, if I'm going to buy a house or a condo in the Philippines, how do I send the money there, because I'm limited to bringing in $10,000? And let me explain what this is all about. The $10,000 that you are being limited to, you cannot bring more than $10,000. Well, you can, but you will have to fill out forms and blah, blah, blah. But $10,000 and under, you can just carry with you, and no paperwork required. And the purpose of that is to avoid money laundering. Okay, meaning some of these drug dealers, they carry all their money in briefcases, luggages, and take them out of the country. That is what they're trying to avoid. Now, if you're sending money overseas, coming from your bank or by way of check, there is like what they call an audit trail, so they will know where the money is coming from. Everything is documented. It is the cash currency that they are preventing from getting out of the country without anybody knowing about it. Okay, that's the reason for the $10,000 limit. Now that you know you can send money overseas in any amount, you can send $1 million if you want. The next question is, how do you go about doing it? Well, the first thing you need to do is to open up a bank account in the Philippines. Now, you can try, for example, I think Philippine National Bank in New York. You will have to personally go to PNB, at least the last time I talked to them, which is about 2-3 years ago, to open up an account. I didn't feel like doing that. So on one of my vacations when I went to the Philippines, I went to BDO. First of all, I researched various banks, and BDO is pretty stable. And more importantly, anywhere you go in the Philippines, there's BDO. In fact, I was surprised. I was in Manila, and there's a BDO bank within 2 blocks of each other. That doesn't happen here in the United States. You should be a little bit further apart, but this one is almost across the street from one another. They have a lot of banks. So when you're traveling all over the Philippines, in my opinion, I think BDO is a good bank. So I open up an account at BDO, open up a Peso account, open up a dollar account. You can open up as many accounts as you want. Make sure that the Peso account that you have will have a capability for you to do a bill pay, what they call a bill pay. Now, these are all available at BDO. Now, what I did, or what you can do, is to authorize whoever is going to withdraw money. For example, if you're dealing with Ayala Development or whatever, authorize them to make a withdrawal directly from that account. Okay? And this way your monthly payment, and the way it usually works is you put down 20% this is in the case of condominium, you put down 20% until the building is completed. Okay, this is in a pre-sale situation, and then by the time that 2-year time period arrives, your 20% is completely paid, and then you go down to the Philippines and sign papers for the settlement. Okay, when you do the settlement, at that point you have to have the 80% balance, or you have to have the financing already arranged, so the bank representative will be there to turn over the 80% money. All right. Now, during the first 2 years that you are making monthly payment towards the 20% down payment, you can play the foreign exchange currency rate that I explained earlier. Select the exchange that you will use, send money in installment just in time, so that by the time you get there, you will have either all the money so that you can settle, or at least 20% of the money if you're financing it, and then deal with the bank on the balance. Okay? Now, if you want, you can open 2 Peso accounts. And the reason I say 2 Peso account is give one account number to the bank, and then limit the amount of deposit there, and you can do computer, internet transfer of your money from one secret account, secret in a sense that they don't have the account number, to the account that is being debited by the developer. Okay, this way they cannot withdraw too much. You can do that, or you can say it's okay, I trust them, so you can just maintain one account. Now, also the other reason I said open up a dollar account is, in the event you do not want to be affected by foreign currency fluctuation, and you want to preserve your dollars into a dollar account, which you can withdraw also in dollars, what I would suggest is use Xoom. Okay, I tried Xoom. I sent $200 just to see, and the same day the money got there. Okay, so I sent $200. Their fee is $7.99, almost $8. Okay, for each transfer. So whether you send 200 or you send 10,000, it will be the same. I can't remember if there's a limit as to the amount you can transfer, but if there's a limit, you could just transfer every week, every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks. This way, you will have the money there by the time it's time for settlement. Either you have the money in dollars and convert it to peso at the time you settle, or you keep on sending the money in your peso accounts such that you will have that amount for settlement. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section, but that's how you should handle the money transfers to the Philippines. Again, don't bring $100,000 with you on the plane. In fact, I will not even bring 10,000. Okay. Now that I know I could send the money, for example, using Xoom for $8. I mean, $8 is nothing compared to the risk of you getting robbed with a $10,000 cash in your pocket. Okay. So if you have any questions or comments regarding this video, please feel free to comment below, and I'll appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to it. Okay. Thank you so much, and until next.